As you can see, I probably look different than most. I am black and I am white. There's millions of them out there in the world. But I will say, growing up, I had no idea about how unique this race of mine is. I'm 27 years old, so growing up as a young child, there actually weren't as many light skins as there are, or at least from what I see today. Growing up in my school, I would never see a person who looked like me. The color of my skin, with the mix of my blue eyes and my sometimes nappy hair, I wouldn't see that. So when I would see other kids, whether black or white, that's what I thought I looked like. But then every time that I looked in the mirror, it would just remind me that I am different from everybody else. So I kind of had like an identity crisis at a very young age. And I've talked to other mixed kids who are black and white, and they actually like kind of went through the same problems. For the girls, they didn't know whether to have their natural curly hair or straighten their hair like the majority of girls in the class. In high school, it was more prevalent, interracial kids, white and black. However, I realized at that point, we didn't really have a culture. Frankly, whites would act how they act, blacks would act how they act. And even though there was like a small majority of Asian Americans or Asians, they would know what their culture is and know how to operate or act. They actually had an identity. With all of us light skins or white and black kids in the school, you just felt the insecurity out of us because we didn't have something to cling on to or grasp to. And so we would kind of just have to pander to what our group is. And I remember having so many different groups of friends, and whatever that group was, I was a chameleon to, and I pandered to it. Whatever this group was, whether it be the Mexicans, the jocks, the preppy kids, that's who I was in that moment. And I would literally change person from period to period. Not a traumatic experience or thing in my life, but I'm glad that I got to have that, because it made me realize I actually don't have to cling to a culture. I don't have to cling to a demographic. I can just be myself. I'm happy that I kind of went through that experience to shape the person that I am now, because I'm not just a light skin, or I'm not just black, I'm not just white. I am Cameron Whiteside, and this is what you're gonna get.